Thomas Oswald maxes out the insurance policy for our client LB, getting her maximum recovery, and a lesson on why we should all have underinsured motorist insurance. Hello and welcome to this week's client victory. My name is Shane Smith. I'm here today with Shanesmithlaw attorney Thomas Oswald. And we're going to talk about one of his recently resolved cases where his client was LB. Thomas, tell us about LB's case. What happened in the accident?
LB was just minding her business, driving down the highway, carrying on with her day like she does every day when another driver failed to yield for a stop sign and T-boned into her vehicle, exploding her world and then changing everything that day. Drove her off the road, sent her to the hospital, sent her to the medical doctor where she had to get tremendous amounts of treatment and had pretty significant injuries.
What kind of injuries did she have as a result of this collision?
Most significant ones, were she had 3 disc bulges in her cervical spine and 2 disc bulges in her lumbar spine, as well as a herniation. She was recommended a discectomy to fix the damage that had happened at her cervical spine. And I know essentially there are recommendations for some further treatment that she just wasn't able to get here. She injured her shoulder as well, shoulder, back, and neck, and suffered tremendously and still does.
Wow. And it sounds like the impact was really severe and hurt her badly. What were we able to do for her to help her through this situation?
We were able to get her into a great doctor who was able to give her treatment and do something to alleviate her pain. He recommended a surgery, like I mentioned, the cervical discectomy. We weren't able to get the surgery funded here with what was available under the insurance policy, but we were able to get her every single dollar that was available in this incident from the person who hit her.
So you said
she had several injections. She had an injection in her shoulder, injection in her back, and an injection in her neck, trying to find out what specifically was the area that was causing her the most pain. The doctor was able to learn that it was her neck. He recommended the surgery, and what she's doing now as she continues on the road to recovery is she's looking to pursue getting treatment for her neck injury from her health insurance provider. Essentially, we ran into a situation where we had gotten every dollar that was available from the insurance company, and we that money wasn't sufficient to cover the cost of the surgery that she needs.
So when you say we got every dollar available from the insurance company, what's that mean?
We exhausted the policy. We got the policy limits for both driver and insured. Here they were the same. Sometimes they're different, and we can get the insurance funds from the driver, and then we can look to the owner of the vehicle. Here they were the same. So we were able to get $50,000 here in total for our client.
Okay, and you said that was all the insurance that was available for the person who hit her, which is really just a great point for everybody to look at their own underinsured motorist policy on their own policy. Because if we'd had that, we would have been able to help LB significantly more. You would have been able to help her a lot more.
Absolutely. And I always mention that to our clients. It's, just a couple dollars a month or, maybe $10 or $20 a month can make all the difference if you ever find yourself in a spot where, you've been significantly injured.
And to our listeners down below, whether you're a client of ours or not, and you ever need us to look at one of your policies and tell you how much underinsured motorist coverage you've got, we'd be glad to do that. Just contact our office and let us know and send us the paperwork. We'll go over it. For our listeners, go home, look at your policy, make sure you've got underinsured motorist coverage. I carry a big policy just to protect my own family through my own underinsured motorist coverage. I firmly believe when you go have a new child or a baby, you need to check, or if you're the main breadwinner in your house, you should have a big policy in case you get hurt. It usually, like Thomas said, just costs, a couple dollars, sometimes even like $10 every 6 months to have a bigger policy. Now, unfortunately, it's maxed out to your limits, but it's definitely something all our listeners should have. I would encourage all of them to. Certainly, if you don't have health insurance, you should have a big We wish Miss LB had more, because then Thomas could have gotten her a much better settlement than what he was able to achieve. So to our listeners, thanks for listening. Remember, if you're in pain, call Shane at 980-999-9999. Order our free book, The Victim Survivor Guide to Car Accidents, at shanesmithlaw.com. If you ever need us to look at one of your policies, just call our office. We'll be glad to. We'll be going over another case next week, another client victory. Hit like and subscribe down below so you don't miss anything. Thank you, Thomas.
In pain, call Shane.
980-999-9999. 980-999-9999. pain. Shanesmithlaw. In pain, call Shane.